I'm waiting for my little screen recording. There we go. All right, so I just tried sending you an email. I don't know if it's there or not, but we're going to go to this website, or this link right here, which is BIT. So if you just open up a new tab and type in the URL in the address box, bit.ly 1E9 capital Q, capital U. Well, doesn't it look like a 1 here?
We didn't get the slash. You didn't tell me.
Oh, I'm sorry. bit.ly / my bad, / my bad. bit.ly / 1E9 capital Q, capital U, lowercase. I did. I tried, and it's not going through. Little d, little u. So it's bit.ly / 1E9 capital Q, capital U.
Can you zoom in on that? For those of us with bad eyes.
It's capital D.
A lot of people that are joining.
I can't do it. It's my thing won't.
Yes, that's it. That's it, Ann. That is correct.
For 12 viewers.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not there.
Well, I don't have it either.
1E9QU.
13.
We lost. Oh, sorry. I went back to the wrong place. Sorry.
1.
Oh, here. There we go. 1E9QU. Yes, that's it.
QUD.
QUDU. And what you should have is a green document that says
It's out of control.
Is it telling us how many maybe it's trying to
Is it gone?
all right. This is funny.
Click on what?
If you click on the document itself.
You just got right up.
Okay, so we all in over on this side?
Yes, and names are popping up.
Names are popping up. So what you should see at the top of your document is everyone popping in up here.
Oh my God, Dwyer.
But it doesn't. You don't need to look up here. She's just showing.
Now, please don't be typing on my document back there. Just relax back there. What are you doing?
Dwyer started it. Where's Dwyer? He's over
Okay.
there.
Stop messing up my document. All right. You'll see right here is a little speech bubble. This is a chat area. And when you click on that, it should open up a chat down here with somebody else that's in the document. But mine's not opening up. Is yours opening up? We'll move on. You can keep trying it. But what I've done is I've made a document for you guys to be on the student end of the collaborating in a document. And if we have time, we'll start a new one. If not, the next time we'll start a new one. So your directions are, okay, it used to say start, and hopefully because you erased my S, you haven't disabled my links because you guys are worse than the students. So what we're going to do is we're going to break you up into a couple of groups. And each group will be assigned a number. And within each group, you're going to count off 1, 2, whatever your group, however many people your group has. Within your group, I'll just go down here. So let's say Rob and Ann and Lisa and Steph are one group. So each of them would choose one of these lines and they would write on that line within the table. All right? So you're each going to find a line number. And then you're going to answer the following question. If you could have dinner with any person, living or dead, These are your directions in color. Who would you pick? And then in pink, why? So there's two things. So I tell my kids, make sure you answer both colors. Who would you pick and why? Then once everyone has typed, everyone in your group has typed in their initial response, their post, you each are going to choose somebody else in your group and make a comment on who they would want to have dinner with. So here's my example. So somebody said, I would love to have dinner with Mr. Sterner because. Somebody else wrote back and said, that's interesting that you would choose to eat with him. I think, whatever the response would be. Okay? There are links here. So if, let's say, Rob and Lisa and Ann and Steph are in group 2, they would come down here, click on the 2, but I haven't assigned you groups yet, and then this box opens up. You're going to click on that link, and it takes them right to group 2. If they forget the directions, at the bottom of each group's table is a link. They can click on that, click on the link, and they go back up to the start. It looks like y'all messed up my links. I'll fix that. It takes you back up here. I will fix that. All right, so how many, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. God, where's my math teachers? 6 per group? All right, so 6 per group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I won.
They can go like that.
Go ahead and be in that group. You guys are all one group. So decide in your group who's going to be what numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you want So group 1, group 2, group 3. Okay. So decide in your group what number you're going to be so that you know what line you're going to click on, and you're going to go to your group number and start typing in your line. Yeah, 1, because he's about to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, you're group 1. I would like to have dinner with it.
Yep, so go ahead and start typing. It's all of you guys. So in your group. Guys, make sure you're in your right group. Group 1 is saying that some people are typing in group. You guys are group 3, so make sure you're in your group. They're picking on you. Make sure you're typing in the right group box. Stephen Schwartzbach, aren't you in group 4?
My house, myself.
You guys are group 4.
Brahms, that's gotta be Schwartzberg. Oh my God, I don't get it enough.
How do you know? I see their results. How do you know? Oh, I see.
What would be, I'm sorry, what would be keeping me from working on two?
Yeah, so once everybody in your team has finished putting in who they would love to eat dinner with, within your groups, figure out who's going to respond to whom, so that each person in the group has somebody responding to them.
Matt Gurgel, I didn't respond yet. Why are you answering? That question mark, is that you? has your name in it. If it had your name in it.
Yeah. Now, I don't know, as you're typing, are you noticing that your teammates, you can see who's typing what?
Yeah. Oh, good, Mr. Dawson.
Is everybody a different color?
It does assign color codes when you come in, yes.
And you can tell at the top who's what color.
You're number 4, right?
Oh, I got it.
Tracy should even be in our group so they show everybody. That's interesting.
What type of?
That's interesting, don't you think?
What?
These are not in our group and they're showing up.
It's because we're all in the same document.
You did even just,
I just did one document. Now, because I did just one main document, you'll notice that people even who are not in your team are up at the top. And that underneath each,
Where do I type the
underneath each person's little icon is a color.
I'm trying to answer that.
So that this, you guys really are worse than students. Shh. Everybody has an icon. Shh. Everybody has an icon at the top. Underneath each person's icon, like this is Jim Schwalm. If I arrow over it, it tells me who it is and what color he is. Jack McCandless is bright blue, and so forth. And then there's also an arrow here because there's more people in our group.
Lee, does that switch you to other groups? Because now I see a whole different box. You know what? That's our answers for group 2, but that's not our box. Except, like, I'm seeing Robert Dwyer's responses right now, but he wasn't in my initial group, so somehow.
Are you typing in the wrong boxes?
No, it's not even I think I'm in the right box. You know what I mean? So you can follow my group.
well, maybe they didn't.
I put down.
Do you have the issue?
Yeah.
Oh, I got the issue.
I know, like, you show so many at a time. Maybe if we could show so many at a time. Give yourself, there maybe everybody should do that. What we didn't do, we didn't click comment.
I was just
Click
reading the
comment.
Please use nice words when I'm talking to each other.
So as the teacher, you can see I'm putting in some comments. So as a teacher, this is a nice way for them to know that you're actually reading what they're writing. So to do that, the first thing I had to do was select a word, and then I can go up to comment, and then add a comment, and I can add my comment.
Seven's not having dinner with anybody. Come on, Seven.
Jen's still thinking, okay.
Some scientist that won't slip anything sleazy in her face.
How was it who made the comments? How do I figure that out?
The kids have already been chatting. Whoever's using Google, the kids are already using chat features in this. Anybody who has editing rights can do that.
With the Tesla.
Okay, so I highlighted group 1's group name, and I gave them a grade. So when the students are sharing documents with me, this is how I'm giving them their grades. And as soon as I grade it, because it's their document, like if they do a document, I always have them include me under the share. But as soon as I grade it, they immediately have their grade in my comments. I don't have to upload it to StudyWiz. I don't have to send it to them. They immediately have it if it was their document to begin with. Well, is that what a Tesla is? Thank you for putting in a picture.
That is really cool.
How did you know how to do that? Who did that? I don't know how to do that.
It would just be a matter, Mrs. I, it's a matter of clicking wherever you're going to put it, and you can insert an image or you could put a link, a web link, to put those in there.
Click on to go, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
I want to know who wrote this stuff. Why can I not know that?
Okay, Bonnie has an interesting question. Bonnie has an interesting question. She says, I want to know who wrote this. Just look up at the board for a second. If I go to File, see Revision History, I can, just watch for a second, I can see at any time who wrote what. And if if the kids put in some inappropriate information, I can go back, save a copy of that, and say, look what you did. Or, let's say y'all messed up my links, I could go back to my very first version. God, you guys did a lot. I can go back to my very first version and save that version, and all the comments disappear. So I could bring it right back to its original state.
Where'd you get the revision history?
Okay, I just got to scroll back over here. I went to File, see Revision History. Yep, File, see Revision History. Now, because you all have editable rights, that's why you all can do this. If I were doing this with my class, I would have made this a document that you all could view but not change. You could not edit, you could not comment on it. And then in your groups, I would have you have one person save it and then share it with the other people in their groups. That way my version stays in its original format.
Why do I not have all my stuff?
Yeah.
It's all gone.
That's because somebody clicked the original version, apparently. When you do that, it takes it away. That's what I was saying. However, hang on. However,
Yes, but it went back to.
I can go, I can click back here, and I can restore it back to where it was the last time it was altered. Okay? So we can do that as well. What I want you to do right now is I want, in small groups, 3 or 4, just find somebody around you, whether it's your initial group or somebody around. I want you to find at least one other person, if not 2 other people. In your new little group, I want one person to start a new document. One person in your little group. So whether it's the 2 of you and the 3 of you, just find 1 or 2 other people to work with. Okay? All right, I'll help. So we're going to start with you. Okay, guys. Who's the person who's the initiator of this next little activity? Tasha is? Does every team have an initiator? Lisa, who's going to initiate this next one? You are? All right. What I want you to do, well, I'll come around while you guys are doing this next thing to answer some questions. You should be in Chrome. I've had students already say, I can't see some of these documents. It's getting I have to sign into the Upper Adams domain. That's because they're not using Chrome. You need to be using Chrome. If you open up a new tab, it should open up with this kind of a start page where you have some of these apps available. The person who's initiating the next activity, would you please click on Google Docs? So I've got a new document open. You need to save it. So I might call this practice. 2 or 3. Okay, so I've called it practice. So you're just going to click here where it says untitled document, give it a new name. Then once you have it named, you're going to come over to share over on the upper right-hand side. Yeah, it should be up there on the new document. So click share. It's going to open up this document. Now, right now, this is available to anybody within the district because that's how we are set up. I want you to invite your partner or partners. So down at the bottom where it says invite people, you're going to type in either the first or last name. I'm typing in Ott. There's Bonnie Ott. Make sure it says that they can edit because there are 3 choices. They can either edit, they can simply comment, or all they can do is view. Make sure you've got can edit. And then the most important step, click in this box that we're not giving each other email. If you don't tell your students to do this, you will get an email from each person who's trying to join your document, which could be 25 unwanted emails. So deselect that, then click on share and save, then click on OK, then click done.
Are we all supposed to do the sharing or is just,
Tasha's doing it for our group.
I don't know what's going on. Are we all supposed to do the sharing?
No, this was just her.
Just Tasha? Okay.
I'm just in it. Because we're not all in,
I didn't want to send it to me just because I was except now I don't know.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm already used to doing this with my students where we're already in folders and they can see it. You haven't gotten a notice from your partner yet? I'm assuming? Okay, what I need you to do, because we're starting this very much from fresh instead of a class folder, go back to share.
It's in their drive.
Oh, it's in your drive, that's right. It's in your drive, shared with me. So go back to your drive, so go back to getting started.
Drive and then go to undergrad.
Okay, so you're going back to drive. And then it should be under your shared with me. You should have something from your partner. You're in Chrome? Oh, you must not have anything in there. So type in here drive.google.com. We'll get you set up with that. Drive.
Now I can stay on the original.
Yep, .google.com.
You're in Firefox.
You have to click on shared with me.
Who's coming from?
Done this way.
Now go to your drive. Oh, okay.
Okay, then click on shared with me,
Sure.
and then you should see it.
This is pretty good.
Practice.
Is that what you called it?
I am practice. Yeah, I did. Oh, look, I got this. This is where the SDI chart went to. I was just asking about that. I was like, you know, I archived this. It disappeared. It went away. It's me. I don't know. I don't know how to
She got laughing because I would ask the same question. I was like, oh, good
It's like,
idea.
oh my God, here's all this stuff that
I
people
just
send.
didn't know haircuts. I got all kinds of good stuff here. Look each how that happened. When I
Okay,
came
now
out,
here we are.
when I clicked on it,
Okay.
so loading is never
What do I have to do? Can I type?
Oh, you were here. I'm gonna get that. It's just gonna be. I had stuff opening Google Chrome, but it's really frustrating with how it's
Did you get one? I don't know. Do I send something? I press words and work Oh, okay, guys. Wow, okay. Did you write down what?
Second time, they start being like,
Yeah, making progress.
yeah, do it. Try it tomorrow. You'll be quiet. Just gonna be like, oh. And then I just got, see, now I'm talking. I just get right into it. They don't even have a chance to be like, who's that? It was like,
All right, so that's all. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, okay. That's all I was going to do with you guys today. We can go into it a little bit deeper if you want, and if you have any specific questions, let me know. But this is an easy way to get the kids working in pairs, working collaboratively. I've even had them working collaboratively across the room in silence. You want a quiet day? Make them work collaboratively, utilizing the chat across the room, no talking aloud. It's beautiful.
So what you're saying is they're better behaved than us.
Yes! So if you don't have any questions, you're free to go. If you have questions, stick around and we can answer it for you.
Thanks, Tasha. Great. I'm glad somebody knew it.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
Thank you for not throwing erasers at us.
Yep. This is why I wanted to go over the drive you shared with me and where you might at least get you guys thinking.
Listen, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just catching up to it.
Yep. That's why we're just doing little ones.
Science, exactly.